Welcome to yet another edition of the League of the Genuine Conversations with me, Fred Muwema. We're here with you every Friday evening. We have traveled a long journey the past few weeks, having a discussion about counterfeits in the health sector. Many thanks to the Cancer Institute, Mulago Hospital, the professionals, the doctors who are on the show. We are so much grateful. And for those who have been with us through the last episodes, again, we can never thank you enough for your support, for subscribing, for following us. Remember, this is the only show on the planet that tackles the issue of counterfeits, illicit trade, substandard, and we are continuing the discussion this time with counterfeits in trade, in industry, in the business sector, because we do feel each one of us on a daily basis is buying some product that we use at home, that we use in our office, and the counterfeits do not spare this aspect of our life as well. So we are going to be running these episodes on trade, industry, business for the next 6 weeks or so, and there is no better way of starting the discussion than by inviting the people who are trading, the people who are doing business themselves. So with me in the studio is my friend, is a gentleman who is the chairman of the Kampala City Traders Association. I'll ask him to introduce himself.
Yes, I am excited to be on that show. And Fred, thank you for hosting me. I am Kayondo Everest, and I'm the chairman of Casita, Uganda.
Casita, Uganda. What does Casita, Uganda do? What are its objectives?
Well, Casita, Uganda is an association for the traders and the business people. And we started as Kampala City Traders Association. And our major aim was to do the lobby and advocacy for the traders.
Which year was this? When did you start?
This was way back in 2001. And by then we were just looking at Kampala. And our thinking was, if Kampala catches flu, the rest of the country will sneeze. And therefore we thought, if we address the issues of Kampala, then we would have addressed all the issues of traders or business community throughout the country. And until around 2009, 2010, we had issues when license fees were hiked.
Trade license?
Trade license was hiked from about 100,000 to 1 million. And we felt it was too high. So we tried to intervene, wrote a petition to Minister of Trade, but he was not responding. We first addressed it with the KCC. By then it was KCC. They were not responding. We went to Minister of Trade. Again, they were not helping until finally we said, no, we have to address it to Parliament. And with the parliamentarian intervention, this is when they stopped the collection of license until the statute is addressed.
So you are a lobby group for traders' interests?
Absolutely, yes.
As far as I remember, you have been the chairman for Casita for the longest time. Are you the only person with a vision of leadership in Casita?
No. Seriously, I am not the first chairman, and I have been in the chair for the last to Bisanja. Our first chairman was Mr. Livingston Zwa, and because he was not actively with the media, he was not usually addressing the media, so he had less media coverage. And this is why...
Than yourself?
Yes.
For you are more outspoken?
That's when I come out and several issues.
But during your time as outspoken, you have caused a lot of strikes. Traders are always on strike. Are you a strike leader?
Really, I would say no and a yes, because our first point of negotiation and petition is actually not a strike. We start with a petition to government and we tell them what exactly they want until when they fail to address our issues. This is when we give ultimatums, and once we give an ultimatum, this is when government starts negotiating. And once they don't react up to our expectation, you see, whenever you are interacting with government, sometimes they come out with explanations. And usually we don't want to go back with explanations.
You want action.
We want solutions. So if you give us an explanation, you should expect a strike.
I think
if you give us a solution, don't expect any strike.
I think that is in line with what you do. You are people of action. Trading business is action,
Absolutely.
not explanations,
Yeah.
as it were. But this show is creating awareness about counterfeits, fake products. And many people think that actually Casita and the traders are the people who have contributed to the growth of counterfeiting activity in the country. If you look at the figures of counterfeits in 2000 to recently, when UNBS said about 60% of products are counterfeited. My question is, does Casita have a policy against counterfeits? Are you for counterfeits or genuine products?
Seriously, we are for genuine products. And if anything, some people have a presumption that when you are a trader, for you, you are not a consumer. But in the essence, it's very difficult for somebody to trade even in about 10% of your requirements, so 5%. Usually, you will trade in less than 5%. Sometimes you can even deal, in fact, you can deal in a product where you are not even a buyer at all, when you can't even consume what you are trading in. This is for you, you are addressing your consumers, what the consumers needs. And once you are addressing your consumers' needs, you will take their tests and you will address those. At one time, I think I'd traveled with a certain friend of mine, and he was dealing in these blouses, the upper part of the leg.
The blouse, yes.
The blouse. Now, he was fairly aged, and I found him buying a one-sleeve blouse. And I said,
but that's a fashion, I think.
One sleeve, and this one is empty. So
no, but that might be a fashion.
It was a fashion.
You may not be up to date.
It was a fashion,
Uh-huh.
but somebody who is doing this fashion, he can't even buy it for his wife. And I was asking him, like, but he said, this is what my customers want. And so you end up trading in whatever as per the requirements of and satisfying the needs of your consumers. This is what we address ourselves to, and this is how we decide what a product.
You've just made an important point there. Some people think that, some people argue, actually the traders argue, that the influx or the prevalence of counterfeits on the market is caused by, one, the poverty of the customers. The Ugandans are too poor to afford genuine things. I want to know, who decides the importation of a product, genuine or counterfeit? Is it the trader or the consumer? Does the trader influence the consumer to prefer this product against the other, or it is the consumer who influences the trader to bring this product instead of the other? In other words, who is responsible for the influx of counterfeits on the Ugandan market? Is it the trader or the consumer?
I think both of them have a role to play, because the exposure like the trader himself, the one who goes to the market and he decides what he will bring to the market.
Can he decide what to bring to the market when it has no market or
He
demand?
can bring what is genuine to the market because it will have a market until there is a comparison. So if somebody starts bringing genuine product, he will bring these genuine products and the consumers will take them. But until some other trader will get these samples, go to another manufacturer and tell him, please, can you make this? And once the manufacturer tells him, yes, I can make this genuine product, but at this price. So he will say, now he computes the tax implication, the freight implication, the margins, the markup he wants
The
to
profit.
put on the profit, and finally he finds that it will not make profit. So he compromises quality until, because especially with some countries like China, they will tell you as long as you have accepted and you are taking to Africa, then they will make this substandard product, and it's the one which will
So
come
the
on the
competition between the traders is the one that is the first cause of bringing inferior products here. Because if you are a genuine dealer of a product, you bring a quality product at a good price. Another trader will copy your product and bring an inferior version, which he will sell at a lower price and therefore beat you to the consumer. You're saying that's the starting point?
That would be the starting point. Now it comes, that is where me as the trader plays a part of compromising the quality. But what if I brought this compromised quality on the market and the consumers refuse to buy them? If they can't be taken by the consumers, definitely I will not be encouraged to continue compromising the quality. I will also bring that high quality which is preferred by the consumers. So part of the problem is actually that the consumers accept, and they are price sensitive sometimes, and they think the cheaper you are, for you are. For the other one is greedy, he wants more profit, because again the differentiation is a big problem. They can't distinguish what is genuine and what is compromised quality. So this is where we have a problem. And I remember when I was still doing elementary economics, they used to talk about perfect market and knowledge of perfect knowledge of the consumers. Consumers also have a bit of ignorance, and it causes that bit of problem. Sometimes they don't differentiate, they don't have that capacity to differentiate between a genuine product and a compromised quality or a fake
Don't
product.
you put part of the blame on our poverty? We are supposed to have been
It is
a middle-income country, which means each one of us is supposed to have been earning annually about 3.5 million shillings. We have not yet hit middle-income status. So the disposable income available to us may not be sufficient for us to command purchase of genuine products. Poverty, how is the poverty index an issue?
Poverty is also a bigger problem, because once your earnings are low, then your disposable income is also low, and you will have to make a choice of either you buy the expensive quality product or you buy the fake, which is compromised quality. But now you are now looking at options. You want also this little income of yours, the disposable income. You want to buy this a shirt, trouser, pair of shoes, care for the kid in school, pay for the school fees, and all these are now against you. But if you have limited income, then you will go for the cheaper product, even if you are aware that it is compromised quality.
What interventions or action has Casita taken during your chairmanship to discourage the sale and purchase of counterfeit products?
A number of them, and as you said, we are known about strikes. one of the biggest.
Have you ever gone on strike because of counterfeits?
So many.
Counterfeits?
Yes, because the strike which we want, it was implied strike. Because you remember when we were, UNBS was introducing pre-shipment inspection.
PVOC.
PVOC. The advocacy was, so, or the way they were introducing it was that they wanted to ensure that substandard products and the counterfeits stop coming on our market.
Which year was this?
I think it was 2013, 14, something about 7 or 8 years ago. Now, for us, we are saying, if seriously you want quality products to come on our market, why then are you making it a percentage over the cost? Because for them, they were putting it as a percentage of the cost.
Meaning what?
Meaning that when you buy quality products, which are a little bit more expensive, definitely you will pay more inspection fees for inspecting a genuine product. Because a genuine product will always be more expensive.
So
now,
you are saying
a cheaper product is inspected at a cheaper price.
Because it's cheaper.
Because it is cheaper, and the inspection fee is based on your cost.
So you're saying that PVOC was actually encouraging
people
traders
to buy
cheaper products.
Yes. And
because they were being taxed less.
They were being taxed less. Because we are saying, if this is not a tax, why don't you put a flat figure of as inspection fees? And once it's like if you are inspecting TVs, then the price should be known that a TV is inspected at this price. So the cost would not mean, because if I'm buying a cheaper TV, then I am encouraged to buy even cheaper. Because
but how come for cars, for example, the older the car, I think they even put an environment levy, they put charges to discourage import of old cars. How come for other products, the cheaper, maybe even the older, the less you pay?
The less you pay in taxes, but when it comes to
the inspection
levy, for the vehicles, I think it is, I think it cuts across, it is one.
The percentage is the same.
No, they don't use a percentage. It's only this general merchandise where they are using a percentage. So our argument was, please, can you put a flat fee on each consignment? And each consignment, because they had put a minimum of $220. And we were arguing that, look, if you want actually to get quality products on the market, put just a flat fee of $220 per consignment, which you are putting as a minimum. But don't pay anybody. Let us have government waiver that this collection throughout the year is put as a fund. So this fund, because we had computed that it would come to between $50 million to $60 million in 1 year's collection. And if that $60 million is accumulated, it would build the capacity of UNBS. Are you aware that UNBS has about less than 5 vehicles which are doing the surveillance, that is monitoring?
That is 5 vehicles for Kampala district.
For the whole country. For the whole country.
5 vehicles
yes.
to cover more than 200,
about
100,000 square kilometers
yes.
of this country.
Yes. So these is 5 vehicles doing the inspection in Kampala, in Masaka, Mbarara, Busia, Arua.
No, that they cannot. But first wait, that the person following you
so
now would like to know.
Uh-huh.
You resisted PVOC because it was encouraging people to import cheap.
Yes.
Because they would pay less inspection fees. So did you succeed in stopping PVOC?
I am continuing because there is a bigger picture which I want to paint. And then what we are also saying, if we build the capacity of UNBS, buying more vehicles, employing more staff,
getting labs,
getting all the infrastructure they want, and creating a lab where they can do the testing. and they do their own inspection, because we gave them an example. In fact, I remember it was a local example of somebody who is like a night dancer on the village. And if you are the LC1 chairman,
and you're a night dancer,
and you know there is a night dancer who wants to relocate, what type of recommendation would you give? Would you recommend that
because
this is the LC? Would you write a letter that please accept him?
The oath of office that LCs take is to tell the truth at all times. So I would imagine you would say, this is a night dancer.
No. If I'm the chairman of LC, I would write, this is a nice guy, please accept him. Because
why? That would be fake.
I encourage him to relocate so that he can be accepted.
Maybe you relocate him to a place where they can deal with the night dancers.
He carries the burden from my village to the next village. So what am I saying? If these fake products and the company which is doing the inspection for you is a foreign company, and you find these are fake products, these are substandard, he would recommend that these are very good for you, and then he would, the dumping would be done in your country. This is a night dancer being located because it is done by the foreign company. Number two, I gave another scenario of mosquitoes. That if you have a mosquito net on your board, on your bed, and the mosquitoes are already inside, on the bed, and you draw the mosquito net
and cover them,
and you cover them inside.
With you inside.
Yes, with you inside. Are you saving anything? Are you going to run away from the malaria?
You are protecting the mosquito and yourself inside.
Inside.
From other mosquitoes.
From other mosquitoes to enter. So this is exactly what we have. We already have fake producers in the Ugandan market, and you are controlling the pre-shipment of the fake product, but already there are some.
You are putting the mosquito nets on the board of Uganda.
Yes.
To protect the fake inside with the people.
With the people. So at the end of the day, they are consuming these fake products within, which are internally generated. So these were our arguments.
Did you succeed in stopping PIVOC?
No, we didn't succeed.
The way it was presented.
Yeah, the way it was presented, they had to renegotiate. Even these guys had to come back. SGS, Intertech, and there was Intertech, Veritas, and SGS. They had to come and renegotiate these agreements because it was bitter, it was huge.
What was the new agreement?
The new agreement addressed some of our issues, although the cost element was not addressed. And we couldn't achieve 100%. Sometimes
so you are here talking as Chairman Casita.
Yes.
And you are busy actually saying that a government department, the UN National Bureau of Standards, is responsible for the influx of fakes on the market.
Part of it.
It's a major
part
cause.
Of it. And it will tell you I am not equipped. It will tell you I'm less present on entry points. Because by then we were arguing you are present at 18 entry points, and Uganda already had 54
18 entry points with 5 vehicles?
Yes.
How do they divide to the 18 points?
No, for them they are just placed as staff. The staff are placed, those are not necessarily having vehicles, but they are placed there along the entry points, and they were just 18 present at 18 entry points out of 54. Which were the entry points. And some entry points were working 24/7. And for them, they were just there for 8 hours. So the rest of the hours, these other substandard products could enter, the fake products could enter.
Yeah, but
and for us, in trying to build their capacity, we were like, why don't you build the capacity so that you are present at all entry points? You are present when it is 24/7, you have all the staff, you can do the monitoring of the fake products which are externally generated and internally generated. These were the issues. Create a powerful lab which can test And these were the issues which were looking at.
But I think, Mr. Kayondo, you cannot entirely blame UNBS or government agency for this growth in counterfeit business, because we believe here that the duty to stop counterfeiting begins with the individual trader, the individual consumer, to take that decision not to sell or buy counterfeit products. So you made the analogy of counterfeiting, which I would like to, with your permission, adopt for this show, and say that counterfeiting is equivalent to night dancing, because it is an illegal, illicit, immoral, undesirable practice. But our investigators have gone down to the market in the areas where Casita, downtown Kampala, where Casita is very, very active. And we have found that your members are not just night dancing, but day dancing with the counterfeits freely in the market. We have seen, we have here some products that we can show. These are products brought by your members, and you are busy blaming UNBS. Yes, UNBS has not done the relevant inspection, but also you have not, as an organization, stopped your members or sensitized them against getting these products. You can see this is a product they are calling Kike.
Instead of a Nike.
This is supposed to be a Nike.
Yes.
Okay? But Casita and its members are selling Kike product. This one was bought outside Mukwano shopping arcade. We know very well that Nike is a big American sports wear brand. It has a collaboration with another brand maker, sportswear maker. But I'm seeing here there's a name called Off Mike. Off Mike. I think there's a correct name. Let me just check it here. There's a correct name that should appear. Let me get you the correct name here. This brand should be called Off-White. But you show us there. What are you seeing? Off Mike.
Off Mickey, yes.
Off Mike.
Yeah.
But Off-White and Nike have more than 200 different kinds of sneakers that they have produced. Now here in Casita world, we have Kike and Off Mike. Where does this come from?
This is where we have a big problem. And this is, the question is, yeah, this is where I wanted to share the blame. Because when I say part of the blame is one on the trader himself, dealing in fake products. The other one is it comes loaded and it reaches UNBS and URA. It is taxed. It is inspected and qualified that it is not fake, and you find it on the shelves.
But
So
this happens
all of us,
as you are walking around in your members.
yes.
You see this product. What do you tell the young man or woman selling this?
Me, I don't have police. I don't have the capacity to arrest. I don't have the mandate to arrest. Me, I would just advise the consumer to reject. If the consumer also rejected this product, I can assure you nobody will continue to fake. And they will bring the genuine Nike, they will bring the genuine Off-White, and they will not bring this fabricated product.
This
And,
product here, when we went to buy it, the person selling it had a starting price of 150,000. We bargained and bargained until we bought it at 50,000 shillings. The genuine product, if you check online, goes for more than $150, $200. Don't you think the other question of poverty I was talking about, because you're telling the consumers to reject. but then you have set a trap for them and displayed the thing, and it is shiny, it looks all good. Don't you think that it's difficult for the consumer to even know that this is a fake brand? Because it looks like Nike.
I accepted and I considered
look at
that with the low disposable income.
Look at the tick. Have you ever seen a Nike with a spike here?
It has a spike, and I think
they are from Casita.
They are fighting. They are fighting to make sure that it is not a straight tick, so that if the Nike brand owner is to come, maybe he will have a point of argument. And for you lawyers, maybe you know how to argue it that this is not a straight.
Because the genuine Nike, there is no spike here.
There is no spike.
It is all straight.
Which is correct. But
where going is this back product? Does it show the country of origin?
And that is part of the reason why I think UNBS shouldn't have qualified it, because one of the qualities which is supposed to be part of the quality qualification, that a shoe must have the producer, country of production, and the size should be indicated.
Is there a size?
I don't know. I don't know whether it is. Does it have a size? Because the size must be indicated.
There is a size there. Size 45.
Country of origin.
This is size 45. Size 45 UK would be about size 43. So no, that's about size 11. But this shoe does not even look like a size 9.
So what happens?
Before you leave this shoe, Uganda is a sports-loving country, and you people of Casita are bringing a fake sportswear. Don't you think you are to blame for us not going for the World Cup, for us not going to the Olympics, if our sportsmen are wearing this?
Correct. The blame, we share the blame. You know why? Because if you are practicing in a wrong and a fake shoe, that means when you get the genuine one, because you will not take the fake one when you are going for the Olympics. But you have been running on a different weight. You have been running on, because this one has a weight which it has to carry.
So it hurts your
ankles, you, and at the end of the day, when you go for the real sport, you will not compete with those who have been using genuine products to do their practice. You will see people falling down because of muscle pulls, because you are now putting on the genuine one and you have been practicing on a wrong.
So it is not just for athletes who are participating in competitive sport that are at risk. Many of you have small children who, when they go to school, they participate in sports activities. If you are the kind of mother or father who wants to go downtown and buy a Kike, off Mike, whatever name that there is, you give it to your young child to go and play sports in it. Not only are you going to hurt your child and affect its proper growth and development, but you are also going to affect your child's talent. If the child has any talent in any sport, they cannot progress, according to Mr. Kayondo, using this kind of product. But again, the night or day dancing that Casita people do is quite extensive. I will request you to hold this. Again, that one is a Louis Vuitton design, Mr. Kayondo. This is a Louis Vuitton design. You can see it is similar in a way to this other Louis Vuitton. This again was bought outside Owino area. Is that part of your jurisdiction?
Yeah, we are all over Uganda.
So all these areas are yours.
They are ours.
Chairman.
And
now you can see this is Louis Vuitton. Before even I go further, what is your comment about this? This is you're selling in the market.
This one is fake. This is fake.
What name is appearing?
And here, because they are putting Wilonka, because it's WR, but definitely they are not putting the original brand. But they have the background of the brand and they are making it in that background. And somebody can, because the identity is already very different from the original.
This one, my team bought it at 65,000. Again, it was a bargain. Had to push the price down, and they reduced the price by more than 100%. In this Casita business your people do, you can have a discount of more than 10%.
This must have been hawkers.
On the street, yes. The price came down from 180 to 65.
Because the hawkers, for them, they will overquote, and if you don't know, you don't have an idea how much it must be around, how much he is supposed to sell it, you will...
We checked a bag online, a genuine bag of this size and shape, costs about 12 million shillings, Uganda shillings, which is about maybe 3,000 or so dollars. Again, this is out of the reach of most Ugandans.
Correct.
Do you think that they need the aspiration to be a designer, to be up to date, to have a swag, to be .com, is pushing us into counterfeiting?
Yes, I believe it is. But I think now if you compare...
Especially that we have a young population.
Because you compare this 60,000 versus 12 million for the genuine product. Seriously, very few will go for the 12 million expenditure. And what I think instill and inculcate in the trading community, that let us, yes, much as these younger, the youthful, the millennials are pushing us to because of, did you call it aspiration?
Yes.
Because of the aspiration to have those brands, to wear those brands, to carry those first-class brands. Let us create our own brands as businessmen. You start yours, it is called Fred, and you market it.
But you, Casita, you're just importing. Are you encouraging manufacture and export by Uganda?
Yeah, but even if you are importing, both of them can work. In fact, if you are working it from here, you can start your own brand. But even if you are importing and you are going to the manufacturer you can tell him produce something like mine, and it is Everest.
Kayondo bag.
You call it Kayondo bag, and you start marketing it vigorously. It gets the brand, it becomes a fashion, you market it vigorously, and finally people start craving for it. But what we do as a mistake, these brands to copy the brands which have taken so long to be grown, like the other one which we are talking about, Nike. Did it start in 1901?
Yeah, those are old companies. Like I'm reading
very
here,
old company.
Louis Vuitton was founded in 1854.
Now look.
Before you and me were born. 1854.
1854, none of us can
it's
be
a
200
French
years.
brand. In 2021, it was valued, it was declared the most valuable company in Europe, valued at 329 billion US dollars.
You get me?
This is what you're copying. So my question is, don't you think we are actually discouraging foreign direct investment to Uganda?
We are, and we are also discouraging.
By doing this?
And we are discouraging innovation. We are discouraging innovation because if we became original ourselves and we create our own brands, start marketing them very seriously, and the people start opting for them, I can assure you, as long as you keep the standard and you don't compromise your quality. And by the way, because now like a 300 billion company.
Our budget is what? 40 billion. This company can finance us for 5 years, one company.
Yes, even 10 years. Because if you talk about those $1 billion, now this is where we have a problem. Uganda should, if we start our own brand and we start even the innovation of thinking and becoming original.
Or even consuming the genuine brand.
Because of the disposable income issue, we might not afford the genuine.
Of course, not every Louis Vuitton is that price. Because this is smaller, the genuine one. still
But
costs,
again- but
costs
again-
about 5 million.
But again,
So you might afford 5 million for your wife to buy
5
this
million is
genuine.
equally
Huh?
very expensive.
Equally.
Yes, we have.
Let's go to another product, which is very, since we are tech company, tech country. You see, this is it's an Apple Watch, okay? That one is fake. Hold it together with this. This is the genuine one. The most valuable, the first company to reach $1 trillion, I think, was Apple. This Apple you're holding. So this is genuine, this is fake. You can see this one has Apple on top. This one does not have Apple. The fake one, we bought it at 40,000 shillings, this one. 40,000 shillings around Owino, not very far from your office, Chairman. 40,000 is there. The genuine one is about $300, about $1 million shillings.
Which is over 1 million.
So the price difference between the genuine and fake is more
about
than
20 times.
2,000% or something like that.
Yes.
And we are saying if we need ICT for development, okay? ICT, computer, technology, innovation, for development, how are we pushing our country to develop with this other fake version? Don't you think we are actually countermanding our own efforts to become a middle income, to become a...
I think it becomes a very big challenge. This is where sensitization is very key. And our consumers need also to be sensitized. At the same time,
you can also hold it with a Rolex. This is a fake Rolex watch. That watch was bought around the Mukwano Arcade on the street. You people of Casita, the watch is sold on the floor,
but those,
on the streets.
Those are not our members. And we have been fighting street vendors.
Street vendors are not your members?
No.
But they trade in your territory?
They trade in our territory, but
you see, if I find somebody...
They are protected by politicians.
If I find somebody in your house, you cannot claim that they are a stranger.
No, for us, we don't have police. For us, what we usually, we don't have enforcement. We complain about this guy. And by the way, it is one of the biggest complaints which we have against KCCA. And they are protected by politicians. Politicians at KCCA and politicians even at the higher levels.
They protect these fake?
Not fake. The fake.
The people dealing in fake?
No. Now I'm talking about the street vendors. But I can accept the blame on this one because these street vendors are not the ones who imported this. They were imported by my members. And they came in the country through my members. Now these people who are selling on the streets, pick them from my members, sell them on the street. This is why you will find the bargaining ground is so huge.
It's so huge.
He starts with 150,000. And again, the gap, he knows that a genuine Rolex could be somewhere in the range of 3 million. Now, if he's talking about 150,000, he is aware that the genuine one, which is 3 million.
This was 40,000, not even 100. He started from 150, and the negotiation was up to 40.
Yeah, because he knows the genuine one, the genuine one is 3 million. So even if he quotes 1 million, you would have a price to answer, saying that this is close to a genuine one.
By the way, talk about your membership, because you've mentioned politicians. These days, politics is like trading, because you have people who they sell their property, incur big debts to stand for political office. Are politicians part of Casita? Are they also traders, in your view?
Well, they have become traders. Because in all essence, you would have assumed and presumed that somebody going into politics should have reached that high level. I remember Professor Maso's hierarchy of needs. that usually we start with physiological needs, we go to security needs, then we go up here at social needs until we reach esteem needs, and finally we reach self-actualization. And the politicians should have reached that level of self-actualization. When you have acquired apparently everything, and you think about what else you can do for the society.
So you're saying
And
to
you
be a
say
politician.
now that I have acquired my house, my whatever, I can drive energy.
I'm not going to look for.
I'm not looking for. Now I am returning to society. And through good legislation.
To offer service.
Absolutely. This is when you should become a politician. But when you still have physiological needs as a problem, you don't know where to sleep, you sell your own house to go to parliament. That means seriously you still have a problem. You are not fit to be a politician.
So we should not have
you are now a businessman who is trading in politics.
So we should not have needy people going into politics. That's what you're saying.
That is my recommendation.
Politics should be for rich people.
It should be for rich people who are returning.
But
to
who
society.
must account for their riches? Where did they come from?
They should be able to account for their riches. But if they went through crooked means of getting riches, that is very bad.
We need to still show you what we harvested from your area.
You are not done.
We are not done. This is a pack, a dozen of Gillette shavers.
Yes.
What name do we have there?
This one is glittery. I don't know what it is. But Gillette, the spelling is very different. The Gillette I know of should be double T, double L, and Y should not be there.
I will tell you here where we got this from. Chikubolen. Again, very near your office, Mr. Chairman. That one, it was bought at 10,000 shillings. 12 shavers.
And
the genuine Gillette, if you went and checked online, just one, because it's usually sold in a pair, one or a pair. One is at 26,000, and 12 is at 10,000, meaning each one of them is at about 800 shillings. Again, you have, do you use Gillette to shave? Would you really? Why are you people offering dangerous products?
And if it starts bringing your body swelling and they bring pimples, yes, which you are not expecting.
So how can a consumer, unless they are sensitive and know the product, how are we going to stop them?
This is where sensitization is.
Well, let's not leave out the women. This is something again we bought, we found on the market in your area. It is called a MAC, MACC. It's a lip gloss again. That lip gloss, was sold in your area again. Let me see if I can find the information about the lip gloss. First of all, it's supposed to be called MAC, MSC, not MAC with the double C.
Double C, and he's putting dots.
Yes.
So that's
it was bought. This was bought at 5,000 shillings.
Yes.
This fake MAC.
But the original.
And the genuine one is the equivalent of about $25, probably about 90,000 or so. So you can see the price difference, more than 500-600% price difference. And the colors, if you check, the colors of the mark, the genuine mark, it's not that bright colors. Again, if you check about mark, we need to know this mark, the mark is a Canadian American cosmetics manufacturer. Is headquartered in New York. I read something here interesting. They said that the lip gloss was first manufactured for models. Okay, and this is where aspiration. We would like to be like models. It was first manufactured for models, but then the models wanted this makeup for their sisters friends, and so on. Everybody wants to be like the other.
Absolutely.
Okay? And so, in the 1990s, the brand opened hundreds of stores around the world. So that's how it became popular and popular. But this is a mark of identity for most women, for most young women. What do you have in your closet? I have a mark. What am I wearing? It's a mark. But in there is a big health hazard. Because that fake product, you don't know what is inside there.
You can't.
It could be lead inside, there could be asbestos, there could be parabens inside there. This could actually be causing a lot of the skin cancers, lip cancers, and all these issues, blood cancers we have among women. So in a way, Casita might turn into some kind of terrorist organization. You're killing people.
Not really, but
because if you're selling this,
but
and
what we can do, I think what we can urge the public, one, we need to consolidate our efforts. We need to work with UNBS when they are controlling their quality. We need to work with URA when they are clearing goods. We need to work with even brand owners, because what
but how are we going to work if we can't see properly? For example, this is a fake. Let me see. It's called a Chanel. You want to try it on?
No. What is
I don't know.
it?
I don't know. This is. I don't know whether I look genuine
I can't guarantee
or fake. But this is a Chanel. I think if somebody puts on something like this, maybe they look more exotic. I don't know how it is affecting. But you look at it, it's a Chanel. It's again something you people are selling. We have people losing their sight. We have people complaining of headache.
And they are putting it in, it's made in Italy.
Made in Italy. Now that Chanel made in Italy but sold by Casita here is, I'll give you information quickly here. This Chanel was again bought downtown at Mukwano Arcade, 5,000 shillings.
5,000.
5,000 shillings. The genuine one ranges from between $400 to about 1,000. So about a million shillings to 2 million.
To 3 million.
So somebody who wants to look like the movie star, the sports personality, the big politician, will buy this for 5K and walk around and create an impression that he has arrived.
That is the problem of aspiration. And again, affordability. These are issues. But I think, Fred...
But don't you think brand negligence? Because right now, this show, we are going to tag Gillette, we are going to tag Apple. There are more Apple products here which are fake.
Yeah, that's where
but don't you think there's brand negligence? The brands don't care. They think Africa is a small market. How many Apple products do we buy? So you might find they will concentrate on big markets like Malaysia or Asia or Brazil, where they buy products in millions of dollars, and not you, Casita people, who don't even buy maybe Apple products for $1 million.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because now you have taken an effort as Fred, maybe to get these products and to juxtapose them with the genuine products. But there are people who are completely ignorant, the consumers who are completely ignorant. He goes for whatever brand it is, and they don't know, they can't distinguish between what is genuine and what is fake. So if the brand owners were coming up and aggressively protecting their brands, people would come to their senses. I remember just one person recently who has a franchise, and he took an effort to arrest whoever was bringing fake products of his franchise. And I can assure you, because he owns Uganda, the entire of Uganda, now I can assure you, people are very cautious. They are no longer bringing his product, because he has now come out,
taken action,
taken action,
enforcement action,
taken action against those who have brought fake products and they are failing him to sell. So either what they can do is like Gillard, please, they can, as brand owners, they can come, get just one brand, their agent or a franchise, and you are now the sole importer of this brand. So whoever brings a gillet of sorts, or a gillette, or a glittery, you can go for them and legally take them on. And I think this is what we can encourage. In fact, businessmen, this could be an opportunity.
To do legitimate business.
They do legitimate business, but they can look at a product which is fast moving, then they go and they buy the license. They get the franchise so that they can supply the entire of Ugandan market.
You see the earpiece. This is fake, this is genuine. You know, there is just too much product. Virtually, almost everything you look at is fake. But now, unfortunately, Mr. Kayondo, we have to close. But these products have all paid taxes. You know?
Absolutely.
The Uganda Revenue Authority.
And they have been passed.
Yes, the Uganda Revenue Authority in 2019-2020 financial year stated that they collected about 6.5 trillion from customs.
16. Okay.
Just customs alone.
Customs, oh yes.
6 trillion, and they were complaining they got a shortfall of about 430 billion. But collecting from such things. So my last question to you is, what policy should we follow in taxation, in public taxation? Should we put public revenue above public health?
I think we should put public health first, then public revenue secondary. But most importantly, I think again, URA, when they are training for collection, and their mandate is to collect, they might not have that capacity of knowing what is genuine and what is fake. And even when it comes to UNBS, they are looking at quality. But again, they might also look at quality per se without factoring in the genuine versus the fake. And I think this is where brand owners can come in handy and they will work together and ensure that these fake products don't flood the market.
I have a report here.
Our very task between you and me is to disseminate this information, share it with the rest of the community, but most importantly, even businessmen, and I'm encouraging them to use this as a business opportunity. Because if you know, people are bringing this great, they are bringing Nike, and Nike is a brand which people can crave for. Why don't you go and own this brand, and you own it, and you are the sole importer in Uganda?
This report here, I know I was saying that's the end, but UNBS is so important in this. They have the National Standardization Strategy 2019 to 2022, which they launched to ensure that Ugandan products become competitive. Okay, when we export, they are not rejected and so on. Do you feel that UNBS has outlived its usefulness? Should it continue? Should it be disbanded and we get something new? And as you comment on that, do you think that it's UNBS failing the Buy Uganda, Build Uganda?
But I think they have not outlived their usefulness. They are still very useful. They just need to adjust
more support.
More support, adjust the way they do business, but most importantly, they also need serious training. Because what is happening, most of the standards they are looking at, and that strategy is looking at the standards which they have set within Uganda. But there are international standards which they can't recognize very easily, and adherence to them, I think they have entrusted their mandate into those companies which are doing the pre-shipment inspection. And the pre-shipment inspection is relocating the night dancer to Uganda.
We have dead dancers now.
We have dead dancers, right. But even we are importing night dancers. This is why sometimes the president was complaining about Uganda, why you Casita continue importing. And I also at one time retorted to him and I told him, please, Mr. President, if you are tired of Casita importing, why do you import even importers?
Shouldn't we start a campaign to ask Ugandans to stop going downtown to buy products you sell?
No.
Because many of them are fake. What assurance can you give us about quality? From
Because
now, what are you going to do?
Now, because what if you stop them and there are some stockists who are stocking genuine products?
Because we can't know
That
the
way,
genuine from
this
the...
is exactly
So what are you going to do? What assurance?
The campaign to educate the consumer so that he can make the right choice. But most importantly, even the campaign to get more disposable income, because we address the issue of poverty. Poverty can make you, because people are genuinely in knowledge that at Serena, a cup of tea will go at 40,000.
A meal will go at 40, whereas downtown 3,000.
3,000.
We need to stop here. We need to stop here, but we need to state that our team went out to buy these products for demonstration purposes. As the League of the Genuine, we have a policy against the purchase and consumption of counterfeit products. So these are just for demo only. We intend to mark them as exhibits and store them for future demonstration purposes. We are not in any way encouraging you to go down and buy products of this nature, but we only needed to show how these products look like and how they can be deceptive and how you actually lose money, because most of these will not function in the manner that you deserve. You might have to buy this kind of shoe 5 times a year because it will get torn, water will go into. So we must stop this episode, which is the very beginning of our discussions on counterfeits in trade, industry, and the business sector. We are happy that Dr. Everest Kayondo, Chairman, Casita, Life Chairman, he says he's about to leave office this next year, I hope. We are happy that you graced our studios and came to discuss with us the issues around the selling or trading in counterfeits. We look forward to hosting you again and many of your members who shall be on this subject for the rest of the month. For those who have just joined us, remember this is the only show that deals with counterfeits, and you can support us by subscribing, you can support us by putting a reminder, you can support us by sharing on our various social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and all the others. Our promise is to keep giving you information so that you can live a happy and safe life with genuine products.